Excellency, sir, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on existing protocols as laid by Lola. My name is Baji Niam from Marine Platforms Limited. Being an avid reader myself, it gives me profound joy to be here surrounded by so much literary talent. The enthusiasm and excitement about reading and books is palpable, as we've just heard. Yet it saddens me that there are parts of this same country where conversations around literature are not taking place, or where they are drowned out by dirges. Because I work with an oil and gas service company, I've had the privilege of visiting and living in many Nigerian states. Without a doubt, there is an unevenness in how much access children have to good books, which encourage them to imagine different futures for themselves. I myself am from Kaduna State, and I know that my state and others in the north of the country do not have the depth of reading culture that they should. A few months ago, when my company, Marine Platforms, was thinking about corporate social responsibility and how best to go about it, my colleague, Taufik Adigbite, bumped into Lola Shonayin at a party, and they got talking. In just a few months, we've worked with Lola, and we've been able to redefine our goals. The work that Book Buzz Foundation does is closely aligned with our aims, which is very simple. We want to support children in northern Nigeria. Working with the Book Buzz Foundation, we're going to roll out two important projects. Firstly, early next year, we're going to start by rolling out 50 of these 100-book libraries across northern Nigeria, so that when the children have their state-stipulated reading time, they will have beautiful, colorful books to dip into and get lost. Secondly, over the next few months, we intend to establish the Marine Platforms Reading Program, which will support writers from northern Nigeria in the writing, editing, and publication of their stories. We will do this by holding workshops and guiding the budding authors through the writing and publication process. We think it's critical that the heritage, the history, the cultural norm, the joys and tragedies, the challenges and triumphs, the realities of everyday life for a northern Nigerian man or woman living in Kaduna, Gombe, Sokoto, Katsina, Zamfara, or Adamawa in 2015 is captured, told, or interpreted for posterity. And what better way to do this than to put these valuable narratives between the front and back cover of professionally edited, beautifully illustrated books. Just before I go, I just want to add, it is not as if the North is completely bereft of literary activity. People are writing, and we strongly believe that those who ensure that northern Nigeria contributes to the literary canon of this country must be rewarded and encouraged. Marine Platforms wishes to present a check of 200,000 naira each to 5 people who have published literary works in spite of the hurdles and encumbrances we all have to brave in this country. This we will also do regularly. Due to the short notice and the distance to travel, we have not been able to bring them here, but it gives me great pleasure to announce the first awardees. I don't know if they're here. They are Samira Haruna Sanusi, for S is for Survivor. Halima Aliu, for Fire on the Tip of Ice. This person I know is here because I met him yesterday. Abubakar Adam Ibrahim, for Simpson Blossom. I'm very proud to have met you. El Nathan John, for Born on a Tuesday. Finally, but not the least, Mariam Bogi, for Born Girl. Lola will please ensure that this gets to the beneficiaries. Literature uplifts. Literature admonishes. Literature enriches and enlightens. Literature instills pride and builds nationhood and a sense of togetherness. Literature shines a light on our vulnerabilities and reminds us of the depths of human agony. But perhaps most powerfully, literature strengthens. Where war, conflict, religion, ethnicity may separate us, literature brings us together and reminds us of our common humanity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's just incredible seeing people putting their money where their mouth is. So we'd really like to give a massive round of applause again to Marine Platforms, Mr. Bajinyam. I'm not going to talk too much. At this point, we'd like to welcome His Excellency Michel Arion, the EU Ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, for his goodwill message.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibinkule Amoshun, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good morning. I'm truly delighted to be with you today and to participate in the Aké Art and Book Festival. I shall be very brief. I don't think you've come here today to listen to long speeches, but rather to interact and to debate on the occasions of the many events that will be organized throughout the 3 coming days. So, well, actually, I just had a look at the program, and I find it really fantastic. It's truly amazing to see the wide spectrum of themes and activities that will be offered to us. Actually, it's a great pleasure for the European Union to partner with the Aké Festival. But let me be frank with you, I'm not here today out of charity, or not only out of charity. You know, charity begins at home, and I can assure you that to be active in culture, to be active in cultural cooperation will bring also benefits and interest to ourselves, to the European Union. And I see at least 3 reasons for that. For partnering in culture. First of all, as diplomats, you know, we have to hold and nurture political and policy dialogue with Nigerians and Nigeria. But to understand our interlocutors, we must understand the core nature of the social and cultural fabric of the Nigerian society. And art and culture are at the core of this society. So that's why, as diplomats, we have to deal with culture. As development partners as well, we know since long how the cultural dimension of development projects is important to make projects sustainable. You don't invest in health, in education, in water, in nutrition if you don't understand the culture. And thirdly, let's be realistic. Culture is also a business, and I think that investing in culture is very smart economics. I'm quite impressed by the themes of the various events, in particular the panel discussions, and I wish to commend the organizers, in particular the Kingspin, Lola, for their audacity to provoke discussions on issues that at times may be considered as taboo. You know, corruption, religion, sexual orientation, or less taboo but still quite sensitive, like climate change or the French-English divide, you know. Being myself a non-French francophone from a country that is divided by language, I can tell you a few things about the importance of language in a culture, but also in politics. So I like in particular the main theme, which is engaging with the fringe. In the same manner as different areas and forms of the arts are excluded from the mainstream, well, it is like that also with people. And too often, people on the fringe are excluded or forgotten, but they exist in every society. They exist in Africa. They exist in Nigeria. And I think that to recognize the existence of those people on the fringe, and then consequently the rights of those people, or to put it in other words, to defend and protect minorities, is the litmus test of democracy. A democracy is a political regime where a majority is ruling, but it's also a regime where minorities are protected. The winner cannot take it all. So we at the EU are very proud to be associated with the Ake Art and Book Festival. We look forward to a productive relationship with the festival, and most importantly to very fruitful and interesting debates and discussions in the coming 3 days. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. At this point, we're going to do something a little bit different from the program. I would really, really like to appreciate the governor of Ogun State, the executive governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, who's taken his time out to come here today to join us, despite numerous other activities and events that he has going on. So as a result, we're going to invite the guests of the festival to come up for some photographs as the governor comes up as well. Please, the guests of Ake Festival, please, we'd like you to come up on stage. All our guests, please, we'd like you to come up on stage for photographs. Think of it as class photograph. You know those 5-year-old children's parties? Yeah.
Chairman, waiting you dey find for home. You think say you still dey overseas? I forget. It's getting near the time for a meeting of all the shareholders. Chairman, you sabi waka o. We look for you from Tokyo to New York. In Bulgaria, they say you just come out.
Do we have all our guests on stage, please? We're about to take the photographs. And then after that, we'll be inviting the governor to come up on stage. Lola.
Your business partners don't shake the treasury loose. Each time they sneeze, millions of naira go scatter. When they snore, the bank itself will shake. Mobilization is the order. I love my country. say you still dey overseas. I forget, it's getting near the time for a meeting of all the shareholders. Sermon, you sabi waka o. We look for you from Tokyo to New York. In Bulgaria, they say you just come out. Your executive jet pass us for Argentina. Chairman, this meeting go hot too. Your directors don't chop away money. While you they shake hands with kings and presidents. Your business partners don't shake the treasury loose. Each time they
Like the team to come up.
millions of naira go scatter. When they snore, the bank itself go shake. Mobilization fee is the order.
Please, we'd like the team, our K Festival team, to come up for photographs as well.
I love my country, I no go lie. Na inside time I go live and die. I know my country, I no go lie. Na him and me go yap till I die. Ah! I won't begin with history. That war we fight in recent memory. Where music way come from barrel of gun was we must keep the nation one. Me, I think I get cancer for me I dey see double. That's the reason why. Cause when I look, una do I see. Make I explain it, I think you go get it. I love my country, I no go lie. Na inside am I go live and die. When it turn me so, I twist and so. He push me, I push am, I know. Chairman, waiting you did.
Are we set?
Ladies and gentlemen, please, we'd like you to sit down as the governor gives a few words before he officially opens the festival.
Are you set? Let me give them 1 more minute.
Please, can you settle down quickly? Thank you very much.
Well, I think we are set somehow. Yes, good morning, everybody. So let me start with Lola, the brain behind Ake, which for me is a personal thing. I'm from here, and everybody knows about even the Great Bull Ake, but they're even projecting this more than even beyond our imagination. Let me recognize the EU Ambassador, Arion. Thank you as always. You've always been here for several things, but you're adding this to the portfolio of the things that you do for us, so thank you. The Consul General of France, welcome. We've not met, we're just meeting here. Thank you, good morning. Ian, my brother, so many literary talents, because don't forget that we have domesticated the literary giants. We have actually quarantined him with that, even though it's beyond our shores, Prof. but I've seen so many literary talents here, so I recognize all of you. Efe, thank you, that great poet. For me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our guests, all of the participants from the world, really, because it's not about Ogun State, it's not about Nigeria. Indeed, it's even beyond the continent of Africa, and that's why we have everybody here. It gives me great, huge pleasure to be here. For me, literature is the soul of life and living, really. There's nothing you can think about in essence of our life and living that literature will not capture. Literature does a lot of things. It provokes so many things. You look at what Arion said. There's no facet, there's no sector, there's all diverse areas that you can think of. Literature will cover it. So I'm happy that our young ones are being, we are inculcating them so early, which is very good. The culture of reading is so critical if you are going to get it right. You can't give what you don't have. And that's why I'm happy with what I think Chevron is doing through it. But I think you need to fine-tune it more. It will not just be for the North. I know it's not just for the North, but because you think either maybe they are behind. But I don't agree with you, really. Yes, we have our challenges now, but see what you can do so that maybe you will just add maybe about even 30 more, so that at least in all of those in the South, just drop them so that, again, while trying to solve one problem, you will not probably be creating others. That I think it's not only you. People should emulate what you are doing. And all of these, our corporate giants, they too should come up and pick ideas like this. This is the only way we can get it right, really. If you know where we are coming from as a nation, it was never like this, but somehow we dropped the ball, and this is the repercussion of doing that. But thank you for what you are doing. And I have to thank all the partners and all of those, the sponsors that are doing this. This is for life, really. It is not just maybe about money. And when you see people genuinely getting involved with things like this, I'm happy. So to our young ones, I've said that we will do everything within our power to make sure that our young ones are encouraged to read. It is when they do that they can be informed, and it is when they are informed that they can in turn transfer that to even governance, to even anything that they will be doing. I like what Efe said. I wish it's like you are hitting us hard, but it's good. That's the way it should be. So that you provoke us to go back and say, oh, we are not getting it. People realize that there are things that we can do differently. So things like that that keep us going. So on that note, I want to congratulate those that have put it together. I know, yes, Lola will be the brain behind it, but she can't do it alone. She couldn't have even done it alone. Everybody will have to rally around her. So to all of you, you didn't give me your t-shirt, the orange or the red, or anybody that appears to know what he's doing. So I'm one of those that appear to know what I'm doing. So I'm part of you by extension. So huge pleasure to welcome you to Ogun State and to welcome you to Abeokuta. And today, what a coincidence. Today is when we are celebrating the 10th coronation anniversary of our king. The king that resides in that Ake, that wonderful place. Today we are celebrating his 10th years on that throne. And indeed, when I leave this place, that's where I'm rushing to. So when you finish, please let them go to that Ake and explore the beauty of this great historic town. And I've said it, and I'm sure that historians are here. Indeed, literature will even tell them that Ake has this rich pedigree, rich history, the way Abeokuta does. Ake is part of Abeokuta. And even before the advent of Nigeria as a nation, we've always existed. We were the first to even have any form of governance. We were the people from here. We were the first to even assess, even those times when there was no World Bank and all of that, that we were able to say we want to have water for our people. We are the first in this whole place. Indeed, I've been told in the entire, maybe West African sub-region, probably except South Africa, we were the first to have access to water, pipe-borne water. Indeed, the one that I want you to take away, where you are here, we are the first to have access to Western education. Good morning. Have a very fruitful delegation.
We'll like the governor to officially open the festival for us. Please join us.
Where's Ariel? Please come and join us. You are the people that is making this to happen. My brother, how are you, sir? Sorry. Oh, well, I wasn't sure and I didn't want to just. No, okay. So, well, it gives me, please come and join me. Don't let me be alone in this. We can't do it alone. Yes, but we want your name to, want your face to show. So, no, okay. No, don't talk the ladies. Our women are so important. Yes. Okay, great. Okay. So it gives me great pleasure, sense of duties, sense of office to come and declare the Ake Arts and Books Festival open. This is the third edition. I know this will outlive all of us, so that generations yet unborn will come and be doing this and say, oh, this was started some maybe 80 years ago, 100 years ago. We have our rich history, and we are not going to drop the ball. So congratulations, well done. I wish you all a fruitful celebration.
We're going to release you.
Okay. And then you can escape.
Yes.
So let me just run.
Thank you, sir.
It is a lot. Well done, well done. I know. Okay, don't let me distract you. Go and go. I'm rushing to Ake now. So thank you.
Thank you.
Let them continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to the Executive Governor of Ogun State, His Excellency, Senator Ibikunle Amosu, for helping us and taking his time out to come here to officially open the ceremony. We're going to continue with our program. And as you know, we've said that Lola Shine is our madam at the top. However, there are so many machines that keep this together, that keep this running. And a lot of you have received tons of emails from Sheung, I'm sure. So we're going to invite Sheung and Dimeji to come up to speak about our advisory council. And we're also going to have a special message as well.
Good morning. Like Wana said, every event place has an engine. And here at Book Boss Foundation, the creators of Ake Festival, our engine is Sheung Mabo. And just like, please another round of applause for Sheung Mabo. And just like all engines that work efficiently, eventually they will develop a fault. So now Sheung has a fault. She has lost her voice. So I'm here. So I'm here now to help her. Thank you. So the following people have laughed with us. They have supported us. We have learned from them, and they continue to inspire us. Ladies and gentlemen, I formally introduce you to the 2015-2016 members of the advisory board. Thank you. Ayodele Morocco Clark, Caroline Sage, Pius Adesomi, Jackie Faris, Remy Raji, Ben Aranovich, Tony Khan, Molara Wood, Victor Ehika Meno, Abubakar Adam Ibrahim, Zuki Swawana, Egosa Imaswen, Biyavanga Wainana, Patrick Okigbo, and Ola Okunshoinka. Thank you very much.
We will also have a special message from Caroline Sage, who can't be here with us today.
Hey guys, So first, I can't really believe I'm not there. It's only this ridiculous illness that's keeping me away. But because I'm not there, I wanted to send through a few bits of love and just to remind you all how truly inspiring and amazing you are, and this festival is from afar. Someone who's worked in development for a really long time, I think the vast majority of the time we completely miss the point. It's, for me, social transformation, social cohesion, social understanding, the key to all of these things is in ideas, is in our imagination, in our minds, in our abilities to understand ourselves, to communicate with others, and to imagine a different, hopefully better future. We all see currently the result of breakdowns in social cohesion, breakdowns in understanding, a lack of exchange of ideas. We're seeing it every day in these horrible things that are happening all over the world and daily in northern Nigeria. So without putting too much pressure on you guys, for me, you guys are where it's at. It's the artists, the writers, the creatives who give us a mirror to our worlds, who are our critics, our narrators, our storytellers, but also help us imagine a different and better future and a more effective ways of communicating with each other. And the other reason why ARCA is so important, I really believe, is that it happens in country, and this sort of initiative is rare, although there's a growing body, thank you, which is great. But having an opportunity for a much bigger group of Nigerians, a much broader group of Nigerians to exchange with international thinkers, but also to acknowledge and understand the local talent and have a capacity to aspire to new and different things is invaluable. So I think I often joke that there's a movement happening, and maybe you can't see it because you're in it, but somehow I really believe that Madame Lola and her loose collective of people, maybe not so loose, around this festival is making history, changing history, helping us think, have a different way of thinking about our futures together. So thank you for that. The bottom line is you guys rock. I'm so sad not to be there. I miss you and I love you. Bye.
Geez, Caroline, no pressure. The onus is on you guys. Well, all of us, really. We still have some more goodwill messages. We would like to, before I announce our next set of people who are going to come up on stage to give the goodwill messages, I'd just like to say that we want to thank our partners and our sponsors because it's not easy to put this together every year. So I would like to call Matilda Edwards of the Miles Moreland Foundation to come up. Okay, she's not around, so at this point, we'd like to invite Mr. Deji Hastrup, who is GM at Chevron NNPC.
Thank you so very much. Special guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be at this third AK Festival of Arts and Books here in the ancient city of Abeokuta, the home of the legendary Olumo Rock, and the birthplace of our dear Professor Wole Soyinka, Nigeria's first and only Nobel laureate, international writer, poet, playwright. And on a personal note, here in Abeokuta is also the birthplace of my mother. So it's good to be back home. For 3 years now, it has been our absolute pleasure to support the AK Arts and Book Festival and to watch it grow into what we are all witnessing here today. This is a very, very inspiring way of reviving and nurturing the reading and creative culture in Nigeria. And hopefully, it will eventually establish Nigeria as a major literary destination and a creative hub in Africa. We must all therefore commend Lola Shone and the organizers for their commitment and their creativity. As I walked into the premises this morning, I saw quite a few familiar faces, faces that previously seen only on television, some on the pages of magazines and cultural journals. I was able to shake hands with some people who I've only read about, whose works I admire greatly and I've enjoyed immensely. I'm a writer myself, if I may say so, having produced 2 books.
Man named Songazue Malango for his debut novel, Penumbra. Songazue is currently at the University of East Anglia undergoing his mentorship by Professor Gauss Fielding and is writing his 2nd book. This year, we received a number, about over 100 entries from across Africa, and it has been a very tasking job for my judges right here, Molora Wood and Zokiso Wana, and also Professor Ato Kwesin, who is the chair of judges for this year. They have taken time, diligently gone through those books. And please allow me to invite both ladies up here to introduce the 2015 long list for the Etisalat Prize for Literature.